intensely searching for an original sin.
Hey guys, just ignore that floating piece of toast behind me and that terrible voice of mine. It is the final day of Ghostbusters World, which means it's time for Tobin's Spirit Guide. Once again, sorry guys for the voice. Not much I can do. There's still a few other things I could probably show you, but I think this is the one everyone wants to see. Now this will not be a complete guide, unfortunately, but I will do what I can for you guys. So let's start with Samhain. Samhain is a powerful entity whose main goal is to destroy the barriers between dimensions, which allows ghosts and demons to roam freely. This would give Samhain a potential army, as he has shown the ability to compel lesser entities to obey him in the past. We don't have a lot of information about this being in our records, but we do know Samhain is not this entity's true name. He keeps that a secret to prevent any mortals from holding any power over him. So let's show his skills. Increase fire type damage for attack team as his leader skill. His passive skill is to increase the fire type damage by 10%. I can read. As you guys can see, he's a very lovely little ghost. His normal skill. Single attack equal to 100% of attack power. 70% chance to stun in one turn. So once again, I am sorry guys, I did try to get 100, whoops, I didn't show the final one. I did try to get 100% here to show you guys. Maybe I'll do another additional video eventually off, let's see if I can find a wiki or something like that. But for now, special attack. Attack equal to 80% of attack power, additional damage, enemies, adjustment to target, stun for 2 turns. Next is Mr. Sandman. There's an entire other dimensional race of sleep-inducing phantoms, most of which only wish to help people rest. But some of these entities are parasites, drawing energy from the dreams of people they put into a deep sleep. The worst of them will also attack sleepers inside their dreams, and the Sandman is one of the worst. He's been known to steal the eyes from people while they're sleeping, and once tried to become omnipotent by putting the entire world to sleep. Let's take a look at him. Passive skill, 30% chance of decreasing target's attack by 30%. I do like his normal skill. Single attack equal to 100% of attack power. And special attack equals 80% of attack power as damage to all enemies. There we go, we can get a little bit look at his little model there. Let's move on to the next character. Let's see. The third minion of Gozer, Idulinus, was created to help his master gain a more powerful destructive form than that of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. When his attempts failed, Idulinus gained independence and now exists to torment humanity in general. He is a semi-corporeal entity made up of largely of crystallized psychokinetic energy and has an affinity for reflective materials, which he has shown the ability to travel through. Above all, Idulinus is a sadistic presence that enjoys inflicting psychological pain as much as physical pain. Let's see. Increases resistance of team by 20%, and he's so big he's gotta be tiny there. Passive skill. 50% chance to shock upon attack. Normal attack. Single target attack equal to 100% of power. Special attack. He goes supernova. Deals damage to enemies in proportion to their defense. Let's see. Aziltor. Aziltor was originally a Sumerian demigod that was a protector of the lost things. Eventually, he grew bored and began to collect things that were never lost, stealing them from their destinies. Banished by the elder gods for this corruption, Aziltor himself was lost in the void between dimensions until his essence was bound by dark magic to the spirit of Edmund Hoover, a Gozerian occultist and serial killer. The composite entity is actually only the size of a worm, but cocoons itself in a husk of black ectoplasm, making it a far more imposing presence. Let's take a look at him. I'm not going to read the attacks. I think you guys just finish that. So yeah, we can't unfortunately make it bigger or anything like that, but I do love the models. So we're going to move on to the next one. Black Bart. Black Bart was an Old West outlaw whose greed knew no bounds, and that hasn't changed since he became a ghost. Now, however, instead of money, he has become a glutton for raw power, doing anything to increase the psychokinetic energy he has access to himself. His ultimate goal is to evolve from ghost to demon, which would allow him to travel to dimensions that will and potentially grow more powerful still. So it doesn't really have one because it's a passive. Not plenty of times. He does turn out to be a very useful little ghost. A fellow member of Ivan Shandor's cult of Gozer, Cornelius Wellesley was the head of a large business empire in the early 20th century, and used his vast resources to help the cult complete the necessary rituals to summon Gozer to this dimension. In exchange, Shandor promised him, Cornelius, would be given vast power. Shandor was mostly true to his word. Cornelius was indeed given power, but not until he manifested as a ghost. He's a big boy. He's a passive and a leadership skill. Let's get a good look at him, shall we? He's just a pretty boy, isn't he? Alright, and our baby girl, Gozer, a Sumerian god of destruction. Gozer is a god-level entity that was banished by the machinations of the goddess Tiamat. During its exile, Gozer traveled through the dimensions, fully destroying every world it came to. When Gozer finally returned to this plane of existence, it was dispersed at an atomic level by the Ghostbusters. This dispersal was not enough to kill the god, but it can no longer wield its full power. Gozer can still occasionally recreate a body for itself and cause destruction on a smaller scale. These echoes may not require crossing the streams to deal with, but they should not be taken lightly. They also have the cutest little puppy, which I believe I do have a video of I can show eventually. So I didn't get to show, I think, the boss fight with my dear Gozer here, but like I said, I did record it, so I just have to try to recover that video. Next, Ghostmaster. A powerful meta-spectre, the Ghostmaster is an entity from the dimension primarily composed of psychokinetic beings, a creature that is similar to, but not different from the ghosts of our world. The Ghostmaster finds human beings in general disgusting, but has a special hatred for all Ghostbusters for their trapping of spectral entities. Though Ghostmaster prefers to have others do his fighting for him, he can and does have more than enough power to be a massive threat on his own. So let's look at him. Send your little ghosties toward me. He is a powerful little spirit, isn't he? Humbaba. Humbaba is a powerful forest spirit and a hardcore conservative. He likes to recycle. For centuries, he mostly concerned himself with the cutting of aged or sacred trees, especially cedar. But in modern times, any damage to the environment stands a good chance of attracting his attention. An intelligent entity that is fully capable of communication, he once used reason when dealing with mortals, but he has grown so frustrated over the last few decades that he has grown But he's grown so frustrated that he rarely tries to talk with those he confronts. Baba is not an evil entity, but he's definitely dangerous. He's a cutie, that's what he is. Ooh, he's got an axe. Maybe we should be careful. Definitely should be careful. And of course, Vigo, a sorcerer whose soul was bound to a cursed painting. Vigo the Carpathian is one of the most powerful entities that originated on this plane of existence, and definitely one of the most sadistic. At the peak of his power, during his first manifestation, Vigo was capable of controlling minds, shooting bolts of pure psychokinetic electricity, and spectral possession. He was strengthened at the time by a symbiotic bond to a river of mood slime beneath New York, which allowed him to draw power from negative emotions found in any urban environment. His greatest weakness is his inability to manifest outside the confines of the painting he is bound to for long periods of time, and he is much less powerful when he does so. So I did actually almost hurt Vigo. Oh, he's Cyclops, good to know. Let's show that one again. Kinda shoots ahead of you. So that was it for the first episode of Tobin's Spirit Guide, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, there's a lot I won't be able to cover, but I'll try to do an extra video. See you guys next time. Bye.
This is a no-go. I just can't take hold. This is a danger zone. Back up and get me. So put your hand in